And hello, that was a beautiful introduction, Optimus. That was the noise of a dog ripping up his own bed.
Yeah.
One day he's going to come down here and realise, I've got nowhere to lay now.
I've got nowhere to sleep.
Doesn't really matter because he sleeps on the bottom of our bed, then he'll go to my mum's bed, then he'll go to the landing, then he'll go...
Oh, so he's got plenty of beds to destroy then.
Yeah.
He doesn't need that bed.
He's a fucking twat, really. It's the entertainment news visuals, and I know I've got a few fucking awesome mintless shits to stick out, but have you got much, Chris?
I have a few, but you just mentioned your shit.
Well, no, because if I'm being completely honest, the shit I'm going to bring up, I'm pretty sure you're going to bring up.
Well, probably, but just bring it up. Bypass it.
First things first is, I'll get this one out there because we both kind of like it, but I'm not too bothered. We got a nice little snippet and a little tease of the next Fantastic Beasts trailer, which is the official trailer is due Monday.
Yes.
I've been more interested in Fantastic Beasts than I have Harry Potter. They've done a lot more for me.
I think I've only watched the first one, to be honest.
They are quite cool. My second one, which is probably the biggest one, is the first real look at Into the Spider-Verse. But no, Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. Part friggin' 1. We get Miles' innocent set. I keep on check. Gwen's there. She's what are you doing? He's got this little journal. He's always doodle of her. She's like, finger. And then we see him attacked by 2099 Miguel O'Hara. It's fucking his. So Miles obviously leaves his thingy, goes through the Spider-Verse. It's just the multiverse, but Spider-Verse, and bumps into Miguel O'Hara in his universe, 2099. I'm assuming Miguel thinks, oh, you're a bad guy, but he's not really, because Spider-Man 29 is a good guy, and they just must have to join forces. But it's part 1.
Part 1.
So I have no idea. I don't know if you can give me the answer to this. Can you elaborate how many parts they're planning on doing?
Off the top of my head, not at the moment, but what I can tell you is there's a rumour that your good little friend, Mr. Tom Holland, is in part 2.
Fuck off.
Yes.
So not this one, but the one after.
Yes.
Mint. I wonder if he gets sucked in there and by some effects of the... They like, whatever they're doing in the Spider-Verse, it draws in our universes.
Probably.
It could be... Oh, that's fucking beautiful. I like that shit. And of course, it's your pal anyway, Gwen, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. She's back voicing.
She's got a bow at the minute, but now she's going to be web shooting soon. Because a lot of people don't actually realise that she plays Spider-Gwen and forget that she was Spider-Gwen before Kate Bishop. Are you alright there, pal?
But a lot of them are, aren't there? A lot of the live-action people are voiceovers from all the anime.
Yeah, which is fucking nuts.
Right.
A lot of people forget, but I know, I think when I first mentioned Spider-Verse to you, I remember the look on your face and you were like, yeah, I don't really get it. And I know you thoroughly enjoyed it when we left the cinema.
Oh, I fucking... The colours and the...
Just the way it's animated, so funny.
Yeah, it was fucking mint.
The Leap of Faith picture that I've got down there, that I can't, it's fucking amazing.
Oh, yeah.
It's still my favourite film to this day, purely because the best story I've ever been told by anything in the entire world is the Spider story. And this just did it so much. I'll constantly watch this film, constantly. I couldn't want to watch Spider-Verse and Austin Spider-Verse. It's fucking amazing. And obviously my third big one, the third big major one, I don't know if he's being a pest, Chris, if he actually does one out, or if he's just like, wants to go pest the mum and then come back in here, or what?
Oh, you got a jar.
Ah, one is a door, not a door.
When it's open.
No, it's still a door, it's just an open door.
Why is your door swing back open?
Because fucking piece of shit. When is a door, not a door? You've just said it.
When it's open.
No, that's an open door. When it's a jar. There's a door and that was a jar. It's not really a jar. It's a beautiful joke. Fucking amazing.
Your third and interesting news is go.
It's obviously, let's see if we can say it at the same time. Right, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to say it at the same time and say it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Sonic. Hey! It's of course the first look at the new Sonic film. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Oh my friggin' god.
Looks good. Cannot wait. We've got Knuckles, we've got Tails.
Tails with his helicopter. His helicopter is plane.
Yep. And we've got with the Dr. fucking
Dr. Robotnik
with his fucking bigger moustache.
His proper, more gamey moustache. Yes. Sonic still being amazing. This is obviously, we're seeing the relationship of all this starting when we see the Chaos Emerald as well. So that means Shadow could be 2 minutes away. In the OG Sonic, Knuckles did start off as a villain, and he was misled by Robotnik, and then Knuckles turned on him. So I'm assuming they're going to go down that story. I don't care that I already know the ending. I'm glad I'm seeing it live action.
Oh yes.
This Tails and Sonic have never met before, but it's straight away you can tell they can have that awesome Sonic Tails friendship. I've got goosebumps because Tails is my favorite character from Sonic,
it's going to be
which you know, but yeah, I fucking adore Tails.
April 8th. So 4 months, just over 4 months.
Hey, that would literally just be after WrestleMania. WrestleMania start of April, and then fucking so happy.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what. Actually, before we get going, I think it's fair that we should. Now that's a big news. We should talk Resident Evil. I know it's been a week. Yeah. But it's something you love. You've mentioned it at the build-up, blah blah blah. Yeah. I'm going to let you take it away with this.
I'll reverse the role this week. As Dan explained, we went to see Resident Evil last week.
On release night.
No. Did I put after?
Night after.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of Resident Evil. Played the games since basically the first one came out. Watched the film.
They'll be your Pokemon.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, a huge franchise to me. It's kind of new to you.
Well, I've always known of it, but I've never really gone balls deep in it.
So, Daniel, what was your thought? What was your outtake? What did you think?
I personally, I said to you, the best way to... You know when a film's awful, when you leave the cinema and you go, meh. I left this Spacey's end to you, Chris. I did not hate that. I just there was a little parts of it where I thought it was a little bit lackluster, a little bit underwhelming. But inside of that, it had some really overwhelming and some fucking amazing moments. The sequence in the mansion where it's the zombies are coming, but you know what you said, they're not called zombies. I'm going to call them zombies for sake of argument. Well, the zombies coming in and it's just the lights of the gun and that. And I thought that looked really friggin' cool. And I love the fact that they're set in this quiet little town of it's not a ghost town, but it's nearly a ghost town. They're in this one building. The zombie hordes slowly get attracted to them. The mystery and the horror vibe, because it started off as a real horror film. You know, there's a creature thing in the bed. Oh, it's back again. Blah blah blah. I enjoyed them elements of it. Thought the acting was a bit but that's because every time I look at Effie, that's the character's name from Skins. What's her name? Who did she play? Claire. That's her name from the Skins show. Yeah. I always see her as that same.
For those who don't know, Skins is a UK TV show.
Yes.
That was back in...
Way back.
Yeah, late 90s.
Yeah, roughly about that. They always had... There was technically 3 seasons, but each season had like a part 1, part 2, part 1, part 2 with a different cast. And it was basically just goes through what teens go through.
Just through a lot of teenage problems.
And I love that show, and I always see her. So when I saw her in this, you know, she's mint with guns and that for whatever reason. Not that she's a bad actress, I just couldn't quite buy it. And I know you're going to disagree with what I said. I feel like as somebody that doesn't really know the franchise, I was fine. I had a nice little ride. I was relaxed in the cinema. I had my Coke or whatever, just chilling away. And I thought, yeah, it's a decent film. It was dark and nitty and gritty. It was action paced. It was nice and steady. It gave me enough to want to see what happens next, even though you kind of explain what might happen next. It definitely did enough to pique my curiosity to come to you and say, so did this happen to the games? Did that happen to the games? It just, every now and then it felt a little bit flat and a little bit underwhelming, a little bit like, when you go to zombies, this won't ever be my first choice zombie film.
No.
But for that, I would give it a nice solid 6. It didn't just like fail in my eyes, but it didn't like fucking overwhelm me.
Yeah.
Moments were pretty cool, and moments were pretty like meh. Like the CGI was terrible. It was really. What's the name of the creature that attacked the train at the end?
Oh no, the licker is the one in the hole.
Yeah, the licker. That looks shit. I didn't.
I don't think he had a name. He was just Doctor.
Well, yeah, he was the doctor that worked on the kids, and I'm assuming he's the doctor that made that girl who had the stitching.
Yeah.
I never, as well. I didn't really like the fact that she just single-handedly defeated one of them lickers. She was just a girl with her hands chained, with a hunchback, and I'm like, there's a big energetic creature that could just get its tongue around and whip you away, but you're just choking it out. Whatever. But yeah, the CGI was fucking awful. When he ripped through that train, I was like,
the best.
And there's a lot of films I love where the CGI is. Lord of the Rings has got one of them where Legolas falls off comes off the Mummakill, and it's all a bit green screeny and stuff. But no, I will say I enjoyed it. And if anyone says, would you recommend it? I would say, yeah, give it a shout.
Yeah, well. For those who are familiar with the show, the film, the film is based on the first 2 games. The first one you're in the mansion, and the second one you're in the police station. So basically, it jumps back and forth from each scene. So you got Claire and Leon in the police station, and you got mine's going blank.
I'm not going to correct you here, mate.
Mine's gone blank.
Chris
and fuck.
and Girly.
Yeah, Girly. Right, it'll come to me. They're in the mansion, and then obviously it progresses after that with obviously
with the likes of Wesker, because there are some characters I do know when because I know the Capcom crack.
Wong is basically Wong's more in the second game, the police station, but she does come into more of the third game as well.
But I know you were a little bit disappointed. But like I said to you as well, I can't lose in this film.
No.
Because the franchise I don't really care about. So if it's a shit film, it's a shit film. Oh, I'm surprised. It's a good film. Whereas you're going to it with already invested interest. Like, I love this franchise. Please don't disappoint.
I think the only thing that disappointed me with it is it was too rushed. That was my problem. And when I looked into it, a lot of people said that as well. That it's too much rushed into each scene.
Yeah.
If they did one film in one scene, one place at the mansion, one film in the police station, that would have been ideal. Or made the film a little bit longer. That would have been more ideal.
So if you did it the first way, how do you end one of the films just with them leaving the police station or some shit? Or whoever comes first?
Well, eventually the first game leads into the police station.
Right, so you'd have one film just them exploring the mansion, and then at the end they would just get out and go to the police station, is it? Or would they? They would.
Obviously the underground.
So they would join him at the police station, and then they would escape the police station together.
Yeah.
You all right, dog? Let him out. Let him in there.
Do me, I didn't know what her name is.
Like I said, mate, I know Chris Wesker and that. I know the big names. Well, I don't know the big names because obviously the girlies are big names.
Yeah. Jill, that's it.
Jack and Jill.
Jill. So you got Officer Wong, Ada Wong.
So I'm assuming there's going to be a second if this film succeeds.
If it does well, which I don't see why it shouldn't. A lot of people have.
What's its current rating on IMDb and stuff? Is it high or is it low? Or not that always means success. What was it called? Welcome to Raccoon City.
Yeah.
Is that the same in the game then? I know you're Googling. Is Raccoon City literally a city made by a corporation in the game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do you keep fucking jumping away? Go away.
What have you done? What have you done? Do you want out, Bobby? Come on, go with Grandma.
They've given it an alright rating. They've given it a 5.6.
5.6. See, anything less than 5, I usually think that's going to be a bit enough. So it's basically average.
Yeah.
Which is fine, I guess.
They say it's your typical zombie, as you want to say.
What do you call them if they're not called zombies? What they're called in Resident Evil? Because even in the other Resident Evil films, are they zombies then, or they're not?
They're basically just humans, but they've got the virus in them. That's basically what they are.
And it's not like, because obviously in The Walking Dead it's a virus. They're walkers, but that's because in that world they've never heard of the term zombie. It's not been in any media.
But they are basically just humans with this virus that's eating away at their brains, so they don't know what they're doing. So they just attack.
And they don't have a name for them.
Not really.
Do they not?
No.
So I didn't know that.
So yeah, but as I said to you again, that's we spoke about it. We still have the TV series.
Yeah, which you did say is connected, or it's in the same universe.
It's in the same universe, but I don't think it's going to be connected to this film because we're going to be following two. Well, no. In fact, it might be, wouldn't it? Because didn't I say it could be following a brother and sister, which was the.
I noticed, in the.
Them in the film.
Yeah, there's a They look like twins.
Mm-hmm.
Blonde hair. So it could be funny. So, but and I remember saying, what if they did the show where it was them flashback into this film, just what they were doing at this certain time.
For all we know, it could be tied. It's all hush. There's nothing really out there to say much about it at the minute.
Yeah. Well, what's your rating?
I'm going to give it a 7. 7.5.
Oh, well. So that... Dog's kicking off.
That's enough. Because I said, my only gripe is it could have been just a little bit longer, or 2 separate films. And again, with you, the CGI looked a bit meh.
It did look meh.
But, like I say, I wouldn't say low budget because it was Paramount that did it. But, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. It didn't have your. They were more like B-listed characters in the film.
Yeah.
Because apart from
B-listed characters or B-listed actors? Do you
actors, sorry,
right.
actors. Apart from that Hannah, whatchamacallit, Ghost. Because I think she's more known than the rest of them, isn't she?
I'd say so. I do recognise Chris, the lad that plays Chris.
Yeah.
And I recognise Wesker. I'm sure in real life he's British. He did the Thingy Academy on Netflix. He was the big gorilla guy. It was him. I'm sure he's British in real life. Yeah. Was he British in that? Was he English in that film? Was he American? I can't actually remember.
American.
Right. I'm fairly certain he's English in real life. I recognised him, and obviously I recognise Effie. To be fair, I'd probably go more to Effie just because Skins was. I love Skins, and the season she was in one of my favourite seasons.
Aye, well, like I said, Skins for Effie, but Killjoys for Hannah, Jill.
Yeah.
I was a huge fan of Killjoys.
So you'd go to Killjoys again. My real first probably was Thingy. Yeah. But okay, so we've got a 7.5 from Chris and a 6 from me.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I wasn't disappointed, but at least I know I've seen it, and I was like, okay.
Have you done South Park yet? Just because you said I'm gay.
No. For you, season 4, Cobra Kai, 31st.
Yes! Right on New Year's Eve. And obviously, you'll be coming down on New Year's night, won't you? Well, New Year's, won't you? I'm assuming we spend New Year's here again.
Yeah, we need to find a book.
I was about to say...
friends to watch.
Yeah, we've got a little while to think about it. Even if we did something obscure, we'll think about it. It needs to be one that you haven't done in a while, because I don't mind rewatching shit. So it doesn't matter if I did it last week, I'll rewatch it. And it needs to be something that you... Because obviously, every time I mentioned Lord of the Rings before we did Lord of the Rings, you always go, I can't really remember it. I don't know if I like it. Do I like it? And you would mention Game of Thrones, and I would bring up Lord of the Rings, but you couldn't really remember. So it would be nice if it was a franchise that you haven't either ever seen or one that you've completely forgot about.
Because what did we do? We did Lord of the Rings last year, didn't we?
Yeah, see, me and B had this discussion. I can't actually remember if we did it on New Year's. I want to say it was on a wrestling weekend. Like a WrestleMania weekend.
I think it was. We did 2 films, and then we watched the other film.
Yeah, we watched wrestling and because obviously New Year's we tried to do the Batman, and Justice as the start off. I don't think I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So you just come down at New Year's at some point. We'll just chill, have dinner, do something mad. Well, I say something mad because it can't be. I used to love going uptown for New Year's. Not just the idea, just can't be arsed.
I know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Interview with the Vampires.
Interview with the Vampires.
Yeah. I think this is an old film, or old-ish film. It's not old, but I recognise it.
Yo! No! That was my mother.
It was. Interview with the Vampires. We get a TV series by AMC.
Oh, sick.
So, interesting.
Interview with the Vampires. That sounds like it could be a comedy.
Probably. I don't know.
We'll see.
The BBC. We don't mention the BBC.
I was about to say, what the fuck you mentioning the BBC? What's happened? Who's dead in EastEnders now?
The BBC have done a big deal with Brendan O'Carroll.
Right.
Basically, Mrs. Brown's Boys for a shitload more series and possibly a film or 2. A big old contract leading up to 2026.
Bloody hell. Do you like Mr. Brown's Boys?
I don't mind it. I don't really watch it that often, to be fair.
The bits I've seen of it, my mum likes it. The bits I've seen it, I've always just been like, meh. It seems to be very. It's comedy where it's like, haha, you're really stupid. Oh, haha, I fell over.
Because it's him and all of his kids, isn't it?
And his wife. Yeah, his wife and his kids. But I mean, to be fair, it is massive. A lot of people love Mrs. Brown's Boys, so fair play to him. I'm sure he's making a lot of moolah with that as well.
Yes. I forgot to mention in our last podcast, but I'll mention it now, that we are going to see more Kate Bishop.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. She will, after this, obviously, we will be seeing her again in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, she's going to be an Ant-Man and the Wasp.
She is.
That's nuts because we know MODOK's confirmed. We know Kang's definitely going to be in that. I wonder if she's just going to be in it briefly then.
Possibly, she could be just getting some arrows from Pimp.
Oh, she could be like
Pimp.
Maybe she's like, yeah, we've run out. Hawkeye, I don't know where he is anymore, or dead, or whatever.
Whatever happens.
But I once used one of your arrows with him. Is there any chance you can make me some?
Yeah, basically.
And she speaks to Scott, and he's like, can you get hold of him because obviously you're Ant-Man using his tech and suit and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I dig that.
He digs that. Okay, I don't know if you've seen it all over the news, but Charlie Cox will be Resident Evil. Will be Daredevil.
Yeah.
We are getting a season 4.
Mint. So that's continuation. That means Netflix stuff can't be getting rebooted. Because we know it existed in the MCU anyway. Because they mentioned it.
It's getting continued on Disney Plus.
Mint. That's so gory and violent. Like the Kingpin back.
I know, but you have got an adult pin now, haven't you? On Disney Plus?
Mad.
So they can get away with it. Because Hawkeye's a 15.
Hawkeye's a 15.
Yeah,
is he?
Yeah.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, I mean, wait till they get the Punisher over there.
I know.
Or in Deadpool.
I know.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But yes, Daredevil is reprising his role. Kevin has confirmed Charlie Cox is back.
Nice.
So it makes sense. Obviously, we've seen Kingpin in Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And obviously been part of the MCU.
Yeah, so Hawkeye's obviously had some dealings with him. So maybe Hawkeye doesn't die or whatever, he could maybe help out because he's had dealings with the big guy.
And obviously, it looks like he's in Spiderman as well, so that's
got to happen, mate.
And he's also appearing in She-Hulk.
Yeah, well, she's a lawyer, he's a lawyer, makes sense.
And possibly he could be using his yellow and red suit. Has he got a yellow and red suit?
Yeah, there's an OG fucking yellow arms and stuff.
We could be seeing more of that suit in She-Hulk.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, I personally prefer the plain red.
Yes.
There's also got a plain black with a red DD.
That would be nice.
It's lovely. But I mean, that's an OG, so a bit of homage. I don't mind that.
Homage.
You've just mentioned Spiderman. I should bring up the first. I think it was first 3 minutes of the film got put online, and you see him swinging through and all this kind of shit, and it's just got me so much more excited. It shows you him physically swinging into the crowd and talking, and when he sweeps MJ away and they're on top of whatever that bridge is.
I know, not long now.
Not long now. What I thought was really funny, and we've mentioned Hawkeye. Sorry, Matt, I know you've got your thingy. In that shot, he's swinging through. I don't know if you've seen it on my Facebook. He goes past a big billboard that says Rogers the Musical.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's like, what else has just introduced that?
Well, speaking of your boy...
And sorry to carry on, you can watch 3 minutes of Morbius, a fight scene on the boat. Oh, it's beautiful. Carry on.
Speaking of your boy, Mr. Tom Holland, is confirmed to play in a biopic by Sony.
Is this the...
He's going to be playing Fred Astaire.
Yes.
In an upcoming biopic.
I saw I didn't read it, I saw the picture of it.
Yes. That's all I've got. It's early news, so there's no release date or whatnot crack. It's just a biopic of Fred Astaire.
Sweet. He's getting himself about.
He is indeed. Just to delete that one, because it's another fucking screenshot.
Chris explained he has loads of screenshots because of his phone on his dash. He keeps shutting, but to open it up, he takes screenshots and whatnot.
It's annoying.
Fucks him over.
That's Daredevil, I mentioned that. MODOK will have a major role in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, mate, I can't believe that. Ant-Man and the Wasp is introducing loads. Do you know what MODOK stands for? I've definitely said this before, see if you remember.
Man of Destruction and of
Mental organism designed only for killing.
Okay.
There we go. But you were about to go somewhere quite cool before I interrupted you.
Shang-Chi.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
we have to say it properly. Like they do in the film where it makes me sound racist, but I don't know. Shang-Chi! You have to, mate.
Shang-Chi!
Don't go full racist, Chris.
You know me. You either go all out or not at all.
You gotta be willing to risk it all if you're ever gonna win big.
Season 2. Film 2 is happening. It's in the works. But not only that, we can also get a fucking TV series and spin-offs. And
I imagine one of the spin-offs will be the new Manda and his sister. I can't imagine her having a film, but I can imagine that. Do you know what's interesting about Shang-Chi, which I was thinking about the other day? I'm not going to go into full detail because this is conspiracy mental weird, Dan.
Okay.
Shang-Chi introduced the darkness behind the door. I can't remember his fucking name now. The actual name. The creature behind the door.
Yes.
The dark.
The
whatever.
dragon. The dragon. The big dragon.
Right. What's mad? Without going full on nerdy here, when the X-Men '97, we'll get that to Disney, aren't we? The cartoon show.
Yes.
Right. They had a comic book run years and years and years and years and years ago.
Yes.
But then they stopped the show, but they continued the comic book run and explained what would happen at the end of the show. And at the end of that, right, they fight him from Shang-Chi. And what's quite interesting is when they fight him to a draw, because obviously he gets his power by sucking in souls, doesn't he?
Yes.
In the comic, he eventually destroys the entire universe, but at the same time, they don't make him powerful, so he's also sort of semi-gone, pretty much.
Okay.
But what happens is they create another universe, which is quite nuts. They create another universe being the Marvel 616 universe, which is the Marvel universe we have today. Mm-hmm. And what's interesting is a single lone survivor in that said universe. And that's, without going too nerdy, that sole survivor ends up being Galactus, which is quite fucking cool to think about. And the darkness behind the door is usually a Doctor Strange villain. And X-Men at '97 coming in now and having a reboot on Disney Plus as a mini-series, I think at the end of that, some way, shape or form, without going too nuts, going to do the Superhero Wednesday on it, I think that's going to be the X-Men's true introduction, and we're going to see how they get involved with the likes of Galactus bringing in at the end of that animated show, and it's an animated show. I know you probably didn't take all of that in, but...
Okay.
Yeah, I was just doing some nerd digging the other day for a Superhero Wednesday.
You do your nerd digging.
I just think it's quite cool. Shang-Chi!
So yes, Shang-Chi 2 is officially in the works. No cracks about it or everything else still.
Well, we don't know if his cutscene's a team future thing or a solo Shang-Chi future thing. Because I think the beacon, that the 10 rings, what they're sending out to, I think it's Galactus. I'm going to put my money down there right now. I think it's Galactus.
Could be. James Gunn, Mr. Gunn, he has stated that Pacemaker will not be the first spin-off from Suicide Squad.
Will not be the first spin-off.
Will not be the only spin-off from
Suicide Squad. I was going to say, right, okay. The trailer looks phenomenal.
He has more spin-offs in mind.
So spin-offs of the characters that like Bloodsport and stuff.
Yeah.
Mint.
So it's gonna be.
Because who survives at the end? Obviously, we know Peacemaker does. King Shark walks off. Harley. Bloodsport.
The guy who actually lost his arms, he actually survives.
TDK. The detachable arm kid. Sick. I wonder if he gets a spin-off. It's such a shit power. Such an awful power.
Yeah, but it'll fucking make a brilliant TV series.
Yeah, mate. The Peacemaker, though, I know you're not the biggest John Cena fan as well, but I think he's nailing this Peacemaker role. We see him in his undies again. Yeah.
You get to see his big bulge.
Yeah, again. It just looks like he's gonna be like he's telling his dad about how he's a shower, not a grower, and all this stuff.
Just wears a tin on his head.
But it looks fun.
It does. And sticking to TV series, HBO Max has announced that somebody else is getting a TV series. The Penguin.
The Penguin. The
Colin
Penguin
Farrell.
from.
Yes.
Sick. He's giving me goosebumps. So that automatically means that we know the Penguin's either going to escape or whatever at the end of this film.
Colin looks fucking mint.
It's mad how he's gone, because obviously at one stage he was the world's most what do they call it, the best looking man, but they don't call it the best looking man.
Sexiest?
I think it's the world's sexiest man. Obviously good looking guy now, but in this, Jesus fucking Christ.
It's creepy. As we predicted, that Venom 3 is in the works already. Spiderman producer Amy Pascal announced, and so it looks like we're going to be seeing the next stage of Venom meeting him.
We still don't 100% know he could meet him in this film. Do you know what's disgusting? All this COVID crap kicking off, 200,000 cases potentially a day and all this shit. Lockdowns might be needed if we get to the cinema. See if they say lockdown day before the cinema. I am quite inclined to stab someone. If you were in the street...
Just don't stab me, please.
No, I'm sorry, mate. It's not intentional.
Well, if you're going to do it, do a good job. Don't fucking leave me fucking gutless and fucking...
Mate, obviously they're not gonna, but... it would break my heart. We're this close. Think about it, mate. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We're there.
We're there. We're there.
Tickets already bought, ready to go.
We are. Right. Going back to DC. Going back to She-Hulk. Going back to Kevin Feige.
DC? She-Hulk?
MCU. Kevin has announced, although we are getting the She-Hulk TV series, there's going to be some moments she's going to be talking directly into the camera at us.
Breaking the fourth wall?
Yeah.
Like, the only character to ever do that's Deadpool?
Yeah, she's going to be doing it as well.
Why is she going to be doing that?
I don't know. But she's going to be talking directly to us.
That's fucking nuts.
Talking into the camera. Hello guys, how are you doing? Eat your vegetables.
Eat your vegetables. I mean, I like it when they do that, which is quite fucking cool. But it's mad that they've chosen for. I mean, obviously the reason.
But we could also see Hulk do the same thing. Hulk smash.
Did you ever watch? I don't know if you did. I know we shouldn't speak about Kevin Spacey because obviously he's a nonce. Well, I don't know what actually happened.
I think it's been cleared because he's getting back into the limelight now.
Yeah. Did you ever see House of Cards?
No. It's too political for me.
Mate, I couldn't give a shit about politics. I absolutely adore that show. And the worst thing is, this show is all about conspiracy and backstabbing and how you work your way to the top of democracy in America. And Obama himself said, that is exactly what it's like. And I was like, there's murders and stuff. And you're coming out and saying this is exactly what it's like. Screw politics, mate. I recommend everybody watch it because there's moments where he breaks the fourth wall. Like he'll be doing a weird, dodgy deal of something, and he looks back at you and you're like, oh my God, Kevin, have you just fucking done that?
Oh my God, Kevin.
I honestly, it's one of the best shows. It's in my top 10 shows of all time. It's fucking outstanding. And I agree with you, I couldn't give two shit about politics. But I will watch that until I'm blue in the face. I've done it 4 times. It's, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Anyway, carry on.
Might do. We'll see. Like I say, I'm off for 3 weeks shortly, so I'll be catching up on a lot of things. Before I go any further, I just remembered something. My boys, Sam and Dean, the Winchesters.
Oh, right, okay.
You can now watch the full entire seasons from 1 to 15 on Amazon Prime.
Why Amazon?
Amazon got the deal.
Okay.
So.
I think I saw a trailer for this actually. It said, you can watch all that. It must have been an Amazon trailer I watched.
So it's now all available, 1 to 15. That's it all done now, so you can watch all 15 episodes, seasons.
On Amazon Prime.
I'm back from 2005 and all kicked off. All the way till 2021.
Bloody
16
Nora.
years.
Bloody fucking
Bloody Nora.
Who you got?
Getting back to your boy.
Spiderman.
Yes. Ned.
Yeah.
Ned.
Is he going to be a hobgoblin? Yeah, obviously that's fucking awesome, and I'd love to see him as Hobgoblin. I just can't see. I mean, that's fair. Oh wait, so what is that? Him in makeup? Is that even like in a makeup chair or something?
Possibly.
I mean, I would love it. I just personally, the Ned that they've given us, I can't see it because
like you said, it might not be our Ned.
yeah, it could be a
that
Ned from
could get decapitated
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, it could be a Ned from another year. It would be amazing if we get to see some Ned. Oh my
Because, like we said, he's lost weight. He's bulked
Yeah.
up.
So maybe that's the reason
he's good in for something like.
Oh snap!
Oh snap! Mention that. That's work shit. Okay. Bree. MCU.
Yeah.
Bree. Captain Marvel.
Carol Danvers.
Danvers. February 17th, 2023.
Right. That's the next film, is it?
That's the next film.
What, her film or the Marvels?
Yeah, not hers.
All right, okay. So the Marvels are coming out, and then she's getting a Captain Marvel 2.
Yes.
It's not long after my birthday, but of that year.
No.
That'll be my 30th birthday.
Right there.
2023, did you say?
No. I do apologise. It is the Marvels.
Oh, so the Marvels are coming out in 2023?
Yes.
That's a long while, because we've got Miss Marvel coming next year, do we not?
Yes. Because it was supposed to be end of this year, but it's
Yeah.
been pushed back.
And obviously, we need to see what happens with Monica Rambeau, because I'm pretty sure they're making her one of the Marvels.
Yeah.
So is this counted as a 1, or is it a Captain America 2, technically?
No,
So-
I think she's still got her solo.
So she's
films
still got a
to come.
solo film, but in
Yes.
between they're doing a mini team up of
Yes.
the Marvels.
Yes. They are indeed. They are indeed. I think I mentioned this now. I'm just looking at it. Ambulance on
Yes.
with Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, I brought it up.
Did you bring it up?
Yes, and I said, have you seen the trailer? Because it's Michael Bay,
Yes.
and it looks friggin' mint.
It does look good.
Yeah.
They do a robbery, but it goes wrong. They end up in an ambulance, and then they try and sort
And
things
seeing
out.
Jake Gyllenhaal, I know we saw him as a bad guy in Spiderman, but he was still like a sweetheart.
Yeah,
But it's weird seeing him sort of like this. I fucking adore Jake Gyllenhaal.
he's cool.
Yeah, that looks sick.
He's cool.
Have you seen Jason Statham's film yet?
Yes.
Did you like it?
It looks alright.
No, have you seen
Oh! No, I haven't. What?
it?
Watched
the
on
one
the
where
trailer.
watch the film where
No.
where he's I can't wait from cool now.
No, I haven't watched the film. I've watched the
yeah,
trailer.
you can watch it because it's on Amazon.
Ah. Like I say, I've got 3 weeks off. I'll have to watch some stuff.
Right, I enjoyed it.
Right, yeah. Again, going back to Marvel, going back to the Punisher.
Yeah.
He stated that Punisher, he is coming back. But he's only going to come back if it's right.
Right. Okay.
Because as we know, Frank Castle is a badass motherfucker on Netflix, and it is a full-on gore.
Bloods, guts,
Yes.
deaths.
He is speaking to Disney,
Yeah.
and he's basically said, "I want that character as it is.
Yeah, you don't.
I don't
want
want
to
to
water
change
down.
him. I do not want to be a pussy. I want him to be him
Yeah.
or nothing at all."
No, I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
The only time I would say I'm happy for him to be watered down a little bit is if it's an Avengers thing, because an Avengers thing has to be family friendly.
Yeah.
But if it's the only way I get a Punisher teaming up with whoever, I would take it. But in his solo shit. Dog's kicking off. Pull the carpet up.
So yeah, that's it's definitely not confirmed he's coming back yet.
Yeah.
But it says if all goes well and he gets what he wants, then yes, he's coming back.
I hope he does.
Yes.
Surely they should know that a lot of people love him as Punisher, and they love him as an actor, to be fair.
Yes.
So they should give him it.
Christopher Nolan, as we know, he does brilliant films.
Yeah.
Yes, Tenet, for example. And as we know, he's doing a film with is it Gillian Murphy?
Yeah, Gillian Murphy.
Yeah, Gillian him. Oppenheimer.
Which is all about the
The one.
yeah.
Yeah. And we now have some new people involved. Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh.
Florence Pugh.
Based Alina.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Remy Malek. And Benji Safdie. joining Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon, Emily Blunt. So this is going to be a fucking epic film.
Jesus fucking Christ, the cast alone's absolutely nuts. Fucking, we haven't seen RDJ in a little while. He did Doolittle,
which was a flop.
Yeah, and again, that had quite a good cast. Tom Holland, John Cena, but I thought it was a bit. So we haven't really seen him, apart from he did the producer work on the Sweet Tooth show.
I think that's. I think we discussed this, but I think that's kind of his problems. He's only well known for Iron Man.
Yes and no. Obviously, Iron Man. Obviously, of course he is. He's super Iron Man.
Yeah.
But you go back to look at them Sherlock films.
Yeah, Sherlock.
Fucking amazing. You look at him at the Zodiac Killer film. Fucking amazing. You look at him at what the fuck's it called? But basically, there are a few instances where he is friggin' outstanding.
Yeah.
Obviously, we cannot argue. He as soon as you go, oh, that's Iron Man. 99.9% of the world population will look at him and say, "You're Iron Man."
You're Iron Man.
But yeah, that was awful. Just films like I think that's because they tried to play on his cookie side because in real life he's a bit not cookie, but he's a bit flamboyant.
Yeah.
I think they tried to play on that too much. But a film like this
will fucking do him wonders.
Yeah. But then again, obviously, he can never really go downhill now. He's made a stupid amount of money.
Yes.
He will continue to make because he's still going to have royalties from the Iron Man role.
Yes.
He's still going to get some sort of thingy. So he's never going to do bad. And obviously, to be fair, you've got to give him credit because he went from being in jail, being a crackhead, to leading the world's biggest movie franchise of all time.
Yeah.
So you got to say, oh, fuck me, that's a life turned right around.
Definitely. So this Oppenheimer is going to be fucking epic, I think.
Nice.
Especially now Christopher Nolan's doing it. So it's going to be epic. A Netflix show I never watched. I haven't watched it yet, but I probably won't now. Cowboy Bebop.
It's
all been cancelled.
I seen it was been cancelled. I never really got the Asian lad from it. I like because he's from American Pie and Harold and Kumar. But I the name's amazing. I love the name Cowboy Bebop. But what the fuck was it about?
It's based on an old anime series they did.
Oh, see, I've never even heard of it.
No, neither have I. But like I say, it's.
Did it flop like?
Because the opening episode, it did really well.
Well, I remember a lot of people going nuts online saying Cowboy Bebop, Cowboy, and I thought, fuck me, this show must be massive.
And then it just went downhill.
Oh, all right, okay.
The ratings of it just went downhill, and they just said, right, okay, then we'll cancel it.
Like that fucking kids show where all the kids in the village, the town, the parents go listen and whatnot. He's off with his ball.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been cancelled.
Oh, fucking hell. You're not late for your now. You got 50
Wonder
minutes.
Woman is getting a game. So you'll be able to play as Wonder Woman.
Oh, nice. I've got Suicide Squad Kills Justice League coming out soon. Gotham Knights.
It's going to be from Warner Brothers, DC, and Monolith.
We're going to say Rocksteady because they did the Batman ones. I mean, it'll still be fun. Is it just Wonder Woman? It's not based on the films at all?
No.
That's good because when they take it their own route and tell it, it's better.
And finally, I was never a big fan of the franchise, and I've never really played any games. Halo is getting a TV series.
Yeah, see, I agree with you there. I've played the games; they're all right. I've never really went out and get them. But if someone was to sit down and Halo expect to tell me, I think I'd be so invested. It's these, Spartans against this mad alien fucking race shenanigans and whatnot. Yeah. And it looks. It's kind of like me with Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed, I couldn't give a shit about the games and whatnot, but the mythos behind it, I absolutely adore.
See, I didn't watch the film of it.
Well, the films were shit.
So.
He's doing my Sweden.
We're in Britain.
So I'll probably give the TV series a watch.
I think this show, because they have got Halo stuff out at the minute, but it's all animated.
A new game has just came out, Infinity or so it's called.
It's one of Xbox's main games, isn't it?
It's what basically helped Xbox become Xbox, because it was one of the first games they launched with the Xbox.
I want to hear the whole backstory to it, because I don't know why this alien race is attacking and what's going on and why is this Master Chief and Master Chief? I have
no idea.
Spartans and stuff. But
I've not got a clue. I don't know the crap behind any of it. I was never really into.
Same with Gears of War. It's because mainly I don't really play shooting games. I don't know why. I just can't be arsed with them. But the story behind Gears of War looks fucking outstanding. So I would love a Gears of
See,
War
I've
film.
played Gears of War, but I don't know the full crap behind it all.
Well, yeah, I know the bit that the aliens are called locusts, aren't they? And they come from the center of the planet, and you've got the big. Dave Bautista was one of the.
Yeah.
I think in the new game or whatever.
Yes. Same with Titanfall. Again, that was a game.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that one.
Into that. It was more of an online game.
Was that the big robots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played the first one because obviously it came with one of the Xboxes I got, and I just couldn't get into it.
Oh wow.
But what they are doing another Lost in Space game.
Oh, I thought you were going to say show. I was like,
game. Which I fucking
based on the show that we've just got.
No. These were games back on the 360.
Oh, was it games and then it was a film? No, Cabby was a film.
No, these were just games.
Oh, they're not connected.
No.
Oh, right, okay.
But these were shooting games, and again, these were aliens on different planets and all that stuff.
Right.
Which it's the only.
He has Lego.
He has Lego. Pause, people. He has Lego. He has a Lego. When it comes to Dan and his Lego, it's a no-go. So if you want to cripple Dan at some point in your life, just attack his Lego, and he will not be amused. He has Lego, people. So yes, turn it off before we get pinged. Yeah, Lego. I keep saying Lego. I need to pee. And I need to get back on my shopping. But how the devil are you doing? You're alright? You're all happy? You're ready for Christmas? You're all sorted? If not, 2 weeks, people. 2 weeks. Do what I do. Just sit on your ass. Do it all online. That's what I did. Order all online. All came in drips and drabs. And installed. Done. That's it. Don't have to leave the house. That's all I did for Christmas this year. So, there you go. If you can't bother to do your shopping, going outside, getting cold, getting wet, whatever else, just get a cup of tea, put your feet up, and do it online. So there you go. B should be back soon because it's B. Just finishing work. And then
you still talking?
Rescue Lego.
He had, I think it's Jasmine from Aladdin.
It has Jasmine from Aladdin.
Do you know? Sorry, have you finished your Lost in Space talk?
Basically, I was a big fan of the franchise Lost in Space, and it was all aliens and shooting and whatever else, and that they're bringing in a next one out. What's the point?
Okay. My mate at work just went to the because obviously it's pantomime season because of Christmas. He went to go see the Aladdin one. It's kind of weird how this happened, and they've turned it on PC. So Jasmine goes on about how she can fall in love with the prince and all this kind of stuff, but then she would turn around and go, or it could be a princess and all this stuff. So it could all be. They've turned it on PC. What's he got? Dogs causing chaos tonight. Oh, you! I launched it at him. So yeah, they've turned the Aladdin all like PC.
No, they can fuck off the ownership PC.
You said it
all
annoyed
these
him, like.
fucking Karens.
I made a very non-PC joke the other day. B has a worker at Costa that's a lesbian, and she's just started collecting Pokemon cards. And I swear to God, B, if they turn Pokemon all LGBTQI+, I'm going to kick off. But it was just a joke. And B was like, I think it's a joke.
Makes sense.
It was a joke.
You can't do anything nowadays without fucking...
Chris, mate, you've got 40 minutes to your thing. If we bring this on, we're going to be here all fucking night.
Yeah.
And again, not that we're against it.
No, but we still need to do this round table.
Chris has this nice fetish, which I agree with, but he wants to get in a little van and entice a lesbian, some ethnic minorities,
yes,
some religious people or whatever, and bring them in a van and kidnap them, take them to his house.
Yes.
So I can put a camera in the face and go, what makes you gay and what makes you black?
Yes. But
No, not really. Yes, we know why.
Why am I not allowed to say this? Why am I not allowed to say this? Why are you in love with a brick wall, but I'm not allowed to be in love with something else? Basically, all that shit.
Mate, did you see that video I put up on my Facebook a couple of days ago? You probably haven't.
I don't know.
It's all about a guy when Pokemon first come out. He's a preacher at a church, and he said Pokemon was only intended for Satan to grab the souls of kids. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck is going on? Now look. Everyone who's at the church text is like, there's this character called Mewtwo, and he's got his hands up, and he's doing the sign with the satanic symbol. And I'm thinking, Mewtwo has circle fingers. He sits like that. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? He's got Pikachu. It is the demonic symbol of Zed. Look at his tail. Demonic Zed. When it gets erect, it hits electricity. Satan uses electricity. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's what I mean. All these fucking... They're doing my head in. I was in Glasgow this week, and I was just in traffic, so I couldn't really go anywhere. I had a knock on the window. Some fucking Bible bashers.
Oh.
Do you believe in God? Do you believe in it? I was like, bye, I'm going.
That's what you said. You said like that. See, usually, like I said, I'll get Mormons, I've got all the time in the world for. I don't believe in anything they say, but I will listen to that bullshit because they're the nicest. You could sit there and insult them to the fact. You could sit there and like have intercourse with their wives and shit, and they're like, oh, thank you. It's all in there. They're so nice. I can't get over it. I fucking love them. You could sit there beating them to death. Oh, thank you. Your punches are amazing. They're a gift from God. They're a unique species of people. So if I ever see a Mormon, instead of them seeing you and you going, oh shit, I'm like, Mormon, and I'll go to them. They are fucking mint.
I go to I think I've said this story before. I go to a place in Newcastle. I deliver to a shop. It's a plumbing shop, shower screen and stuff. But his shop is in an area full of Jewish people.
Ah.
And I don't know where it came from, but why the fuck's the Irish people in Newcastle?
Amish. the people that live off grid. Yeah. The people that decide to not have electricity and shit.
Yeah. Why the fuck's the Irish people in Newcastle? Like, I'm not Irish, they're Jewish. I was like,
they're Jewish, mate.
Oh. Is it the same thing? No.
No, Judaism is a religion. The other is just a lifestyle.
But literally, they are fucking... It's street after street after street. Just all of them. There's nowhere else in Newcastle apart from just one area.
Well, I think it kind of usually happens, doesn't it? Especially, I don't know if they are or not, but especially if they come from another country, say. They all have their own sort of areas.
Well, no, because they look British.
No, they might be British, but they sort of usually, religions and whatnot usually tend to... As human beings, we sort of get to tribalism, don't we? Where you're just like me, we're part of a tribe. You're just like me, we're part of a tribe.
I'm no one's tribe.
I'm just... Well, to be fair...
Fair enough, I'm maybe fucking christened, but I'm not Christian. To my
yeah,
eyes.
a lot at work was saying this. It's like, how could you call yourself a Catholic and you don't, and you've been christened but you don't believe in it? And I was like, well, I don't believe in it. It's like, well, you're not a Catholic then. I was like, well, technically by whatever I am, because I've been christened a Catholic, but at the same time I agree with you because I don't believe in it, so I don't care what I am.
Yeah, I'm just me. I'm no religion.
Like I said, I've got now against religion. It gives people...
I fucking hate religion.
Well, no, it gives people hope and meaning.
It causes fucking chaos.
It does, 100%. Religions cause a lot of wars, but it gives, like, I mean, let's face it.
We're going down this path, Dan.
I know. When is it? I made a lot of priest jokes in the last edition of Pokemon Thursday as well, or Superhero Wednesday.
They're all nonsense.
A lot of them jokes, and I sat down and I was thinking to myself, I'm talking about Funko Pops here. And but anyway, just an average priest. It's just a normal, lovely guy. No, obviously, in reality, most of them aren't. It's just a normal, lovely guy. They're not causing it, but they're doing that, thinking that you're just helping and being nice. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to believe, you go for it.
Yeah, I don't do religion. I fucking hate it. I don't do church. I don't.
No, we don't. But like a priest walk past me and you now, he's not going to cause any harm. It's just...
No, fair enough. That's fair enough. If it says hi, I'll say hi back.
That's what I mean.
If he starts preaching the fucking God or Jesus, like, nah.
See, again, I don't believe in it all, but if they bring it up, I will happily talk to them about it, because I like when they talk about it and you can find loopholes in their story.
I fucking hate religion. I hate...
No.
Nah.
See the stories they tell about, the angels versus demons and all that shit. This, like Dante's Inferno, the stories as an actual...
The films are brilliant.
No, that's what I mean. The stories are actually great, But it's the fact that at the end of it, I like to end the story. I don't like to carry on saying, right, well, I better live like this because thingy. I don't get all that. But I will literally have a conversation with any religion. I don't give a shit because I like to learn about it. I love Dari because what they believe in this and this particular story. Like, well, that's a mad story. Like I don't know if it's Catholicism or what. The story about Jesus proving to the devil, God, that this guy would believe in him even if he ruined his life. So he killed all of his kids, he took away all of his land and all this kind of shit. And the guy still believed. And I like hearing that because then I'm like, well, why would God make somebody absolute torturous for believing in him and all this kind of shit? John Constantine is just basically a talk about religion.
Yeah.
Good of it. See, I'll talk about it till I'm blue in the face, but then once the conversation stops, I'm not going home to do my Hail Marys and shit. But again, there's not much. I'll talk to you about cars. I couldn't give a flying fuck about cars. I'm just interested in stories and people's likes and interested. And this is what
yeah, that's fair enough. And like I say, I agree with certain points. I enjoy watching the films and all that stuff about them. But fair enough, there might be historical moments where I might be interested in.
Yeah.
But it's when they just come out with all this fucking Bible shit. It's like, do this for the God. God's got a purpose. God's got this. God's got that. If it's God's destiny to make you ill, that's why you're ill. If it's God's destiny to make you a paedophile, that's why. It's all fucking no.
I stumbled a religious person once because again, this is back down south when I went to go visit my mate. And he stopped us because I was smoking. He's going, that's the Satan, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, is it? Blah, blah, blah. We started talking. And he said, have you got any questions? He says, yeah. Would it be possible for God to build a boulder that he could not lift? And he went, well, he can lift anything. I was like, well, if he's got the ability to do anything, could he make a boulder that he could not lift? And he was like, well, he could have lifted because I said, so he can't make a boulder that he cannot lift. And he was like, what? I was like, well, I got you there, haven't I, bitch? Because if God can do anything, then even if it's something that's unmovable, he should be able to lift it. But he should also, by his same law, be able to build it that no one can lift, including him. But he has to be able to lift it, or else he contradicts himself. But if he doesn't lift it, he contradicts himself.
There you go, people.
So it's quite a fun thing.
That's one way to trip up fucking.
Yeah, it was sort of like
your next Bible.
Yeah, just ask them if God could make a builder that he could not lift.
Just don't invite me because I'll self-combust.
See, again, I really want to go to the American ones where they go nuts with the snakes out and that, like they're taking the poison. I would love to sit back row with that, mate.
Just sit in the back and watch them. I repent you.
All that kind of shit, and you sat there like, what?
You may walk.
Look, I'm walking. Do you know what the best thing that's going to be?
I'll just end up sitting there laughing.
No, I would. I hope to God in some future, me and you die side by side next to each other, right? And we go and we see this big, massive, epic party of people chilling with loads of celebrities and that, and we're like, fuck, it was real this whole time. And we're just...
Dude, I'm going to hell. I know for a fact I am.
No, but imagine if somebody come down and tell us, said, listen, if you want to chill, you can chill with Stan Lee right now.
It's warmer than hell. That's where I'm going. I'm going to hell.
Endless torture or talking to Stan Lee.
I'm on Satan's side. If anything.
So you can't say that because you don't like religious googie goog.
No, I don't. But some of the devil.
Some of the devil. Well, let it there visuals because Chris got half an hour because his dinner right. It was not dinner, but well, I suppose it's your dinner.
Well,
technically.
So
apart from that visuals, that was your entertainment news with some good lagar at the end.
Yeah.
And the next time you hear from us, we will not only be doing a Sunday, we're going to have to do this. We might have to do 3 podcasts, you know. There's going to be a Hawkeye review, entertainment news, and a Spiderman review.
We could possibly go on Wednesday.
Well, it could do if you come back, could do Hawkeye. We could probably just record them all on the Wednesday. Because we'd have watched Hawkeye. Well, the entertainment news might not cover
Yeah,
much.
maybe not the entertainment news because it's mostly towards the end of the week I get my shit.
But at least
we can do Hawkeye and we can do Spiderman review.
But visual cyclism will keep on.
As always, keep swebbing on.
Keep swebbing on.